5:59.
Seneca Lake is also
All right,
Sampson State
perfect
Park.
timing.
Oh,
We used to camp there too.
how nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna,
And
you're gonna
everyone
be sorry
comes
that you're not there
strolling
for
in.
more than a weekend.
Actually, we're going in separate cars.
So I have a little
After I stayed, they're going
program
back
prepared
downstate.
for
Yeah,
later.
then-
It's called Blues in the Night. Let's see what the proper name is. Blues in the Night, Modern Settings
Dorchester.
for Song
And,
Puppies. So
I'm
we'll
gonna
be
drive
hearing
back
that a
this
little
way.
bit later.
So we're gonna
Oh,
take separate
yeah,
cars.
that makes sense. Well, somebody will come in the car with you
Shabbat Shalom.
on the way down.
I am here by my lonesome today, except for Paul is here with me. Rabbi Alex is on vacation, and we are here together. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, and let's get started. Should be about time. And let's invite, sure, well, that's what I have here, a welcome. Wonderful.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Can you hear me? We good? There we go. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is so nice to see everyone on a beautiful summer night under the tent. I know some of you are wearing masks. Just a reminder that when we are out here, masks are optional, whatever you are comfortable with. And we have tried to set up the seats with spacing. If you're a little too close to someone else and you feel a little uncomfortable about it, like if you're next to Mark, I feel uncomfortable. So just, slide over a little bit if you want. If you came as a group, slide together. We just want to make sure that we're a little distant and we've spaced the rows front to back a little further than we usually do. And we're going to continue to watch that and keep track of things. And if we have to adjust, we will. In the meantime, Rabbi's on vacation, so it's Cantor and Paul tonight, which means that Cantor will be giving a talk later about something and see what it is. I'm sure it'll be interesting. And no singing from the rabbi tonight, so that's a good thing too. Anyway, I'll be back later with the announcements, and we have a lot of stuff coming up in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, Shabbat Shalom.
Claudia, would you like to light candles tonight?
Yeah.
Perfect. Saving those for you.
Please turn to page 120 for the candle blessing. Yeah, so you can stay up for the gift. Baruch atah. We'll sing it with you.
Really?
We're going to sing it with you. But wait, I have an idea.
Asher Kidshanu
And if you could stay up for the Friday night Kiddush, we'll do it together if you like. And I'll raise the glass. Page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei b'riah v'hafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shalat kodsho ve'ahava u'ratzon because you did a beautiful job. Thank you. And I sprang it on her. Woo. I would like to invite up Linda for a reading on page 126. She will join us.
I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illuminate all of us and to bring that vision to life.
Thank you. Turn to page 138 for L'Chadodi. We get to the 9th verse. We're just going to be doing 1 and 9 this evening. We will stand and greet the Sabbath bride at the entrance to our Ohel, our tent. La 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 L'Chadodi, la 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 L'Krakala, la 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 P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat Mekabela, la 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 L'Chadodi, la 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 L'Krakala, la 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 P'nei Shabbat. P'nei Shabbat Mekabela. I'm going to ask Paul. What happened, Paul? What do you want to play with this? Yeah, that's kind of like the folky version that we do, but the chords will work for you. Okay, here we go. One more time. La 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 L'Chadodi, la 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 L'Krakala, la 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 P'nei Shabbat, P'nei Shabbat Mekabela. P'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Shamor bezavos, v'yivorecha, v'yishmiyanu et hamiluchad. Adonai echad, Yishmo echad, L'shemo tiferet. Turn to page 146 for the Baruch Hu. You remain standing if you are comfortable standing. Whoop. I hope you join with me. La 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 la. So I'm going to be singing a piece on page 148. You're welcome to sit down if you like, or if your custom keeps you standing through the Shema, please do that. If your custom has a seat, perfectly fine. We do both. This is Ma'ariv Aravim, God of Creation. Found on page 148 and 149. You'll see the text is there, spread throughout. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'tzavah ma'ariv aravim b'chokhmah potach shaharim. God of creation, wisdom and wonder. Harvey on page 151.
This is an interpretive version of Ahavat Olam. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Page 152, the Shema. We have Shema. Oh, okay. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Yod, Baruch You may be seated. Page 154 for the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol pildecha ve'hayu advarim ha'eden asher Elohim etzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinamtam levanecha v'divartam v'shivtecha b'beitecha v'b'lechtecha b'derech v'shoftecha v'b'kummecha v'b'shertam lehom v'yadecha v'hayu ledotacha v'nenecha v'mchatam המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו מה עשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים אליכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Return to page 159 for Sing a Song by Judy. And please join with her.
And I'm not going to sing. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles and earth protected and cherished. A gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed. The song of peace.
Thank you, thank you. Page 161, Let There Be Love. We haven't sung this in so long. I hope you sing with me. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship עתידנו, שומרנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו שמחת שלום לך. Adonai Elohim, one more time. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from our storms. Beautiful. Yisnahu on page 162. I guess you've guessed so far. This is a musical Shabbat, right? Here we go. Everybody gotta sing. Meditation together. We will do the Amidah. We will chant it in our minds and hearts. If you want to stick to the page, if you want to just do prayers from the heart. We're starting on page 164. It'll be all silent this evening. And we will end on 180. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. We turn to page 370 for the Mishabera. A lot of people tonight on the list. I'll read the Mishabera list, and then we'll have an opportunity to pronounce anyone who we know is in need of healing out loud amongst the community. David Atkinson, Ebony Burse, Michael Berwick, David Campbell, Ira Cohen, Karen Cooper, Arthur Dzilski, Lori Ebach, Peggy Fox, Irene Green, Jeff Hamilton, Reed Hefner, Nancy Hesbron, Sue Hill, Kenneth Nightinger, Mark Nightinger, Ken Kellick, Tony Logalbo, Diane Lynch, Larry Max, Baby Jaron Matus, Jean McGarry, Helene Mesh, Jennifer Millish, Karen Place, Mary Rumiz, Charlene Ripchick, Doris Sirota, Jason Shaw, Michael Citrin, Frank Shinta, Cindy Seiner, Christopher Smith, Jerry and Janice Suffren, Meg Wagner, Anita Wiesel, Jeffrey Winnick, Fred Weiner, Mark Yablin, Elizabeth Jeezy Yeager, Christine Zalewski, Hanan Ezra Ben Shuel, Amir Ben Tova Bat Miriam, and Rachel Leanne. Any names that we want to say?
Eddie Weiss and Sheldon Coleman. Tom Gordon.
Roger Marchioni and Dwayne Bratt. So we go to page 370 for the Mishabera. Song. How's everybody doing tonight? Does anybody go to outdoor concerts during the summer, like you sit out on the lawn or in a pavilion or something like that? Raise your hand if you like to hear music outdoors. Yeah. It's really a splendid thing. Music makes a lot more sense outside. Who gets, gets that feeling that, I don't don't know, there's a different dimension to music when it's outdoors. Anybody feel that way? There's some type of special connection. I have a little program tonight. It's 2 pieces. And the program is called Blues in the Night, Modern Settings for Songs of Peace. So I'm featuring 2 amazing composers tonight that have written settings to Sim Shalom, right? Sim Shalom, that's from our morning prayers, and Shalom Ra, right, from our prayer for peace in the evening, right? These 2 songs of peace from 2 separate composers, and I'll tell you a little bit about these composers. But I think the first one I just want to sing, okay? And then we'll talk about him a little bit, and because I don't want to give it away, all right? But 2 really amazing composers. This one is Sim Shalom. If you want, you know what? If you want to look in the book, Sim Shalom is in our morning service. Let's see. Harvey, you find? Harvey's my go-to. Shabbat morning. Here we are. You can find it on page 334 if you want to follow along. If not, you can just enjoy the blues. Alleluia. Shalom. So tell me, what do you think some of the inspirations, any composers that you think David Schiff got inspiration from? George Gershwin?
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody else? Well, let me tell you a little bit about David Schiff. Born 1945 in New York City, he's an American composer, writer, and conductor whose music draws in elements of jazz, rock, and klezmer styles, showing the influence of composers as diverse as Stravinsky, Mahler, Charles Mingus, Eric Dolphy, and Terry Riley. His music has been performed by major orchestras and festivals around the United States and many, many soloists. His work has been honored by the League of ISCM International Composers Competition Award and ASCAP Dean Taylor's Award for his book on Elliott Carter. Schiff grew up in the Bronx and New Rochelle, New York, started playing piano when he was 4 and composing when he was 9. He received a BA in English Literature from Columbia University in '67, an MA from Cambridge University, and then he received a Master's of Music from Manhattan School of Music, and then a doctor's from Juilliard in 1979. They talk about all his teachers, and he wrote many, many compositions, musical theater, orchestral music, choral music, and synagogue music. So how blessed are we? Really, how blessed are we that he thought of this? He actually wrote 3 different collections of synagogue music. Then he wrote a whole collection of chamber music and jazz ensembles, books and articles. This is where we get the connection. Schiff has written frequently on music for the New York Times, the Atlantic Monthly, Tempo, the Times Literary Supplement, that's for London, and The Nation. His books include The Music of Elliott Carter, George Gershwin, Rhapsody in Blue, and The Ellington Sanctuary, written in 2012. So, how blessed are we to have him writing some synagogue music for our appreciation. The next one is by, yes?
I can't think of the name of this show, but one of the songs is "One of these days, da-da-dee-dee-dee."
That's Summertime, George Gershwin, Porgy and Bess, and I just saw that around 3-4 weeks ago.
That's what this song reminded me of.
Well, he wrote the book on George Gershwin. Literally wrote the book. So how much fun is that, you know? And he really, you know, and yeah, he uses all these blues, you know, neumes and motifs, but he's really true to the text. I mean, you are feeling, if you were looking at Sim Shalom and you were looking at the translation of it, he really fit the words in beautifully and really stayed true to the text. Yes?
He did change one word. It says Yisrael Amnacham. He changed it to Yisrael Mecholam. He made it universal for all the nations.
Well, you know, this is what drives us cantors crazy, is that every time they issue a new Siddur, they change the words. So we have all of these, you know, beautiful compositions, and we have to like doctor them up to fit, you know, everything changes all the time, you know. The next one, another blues song, and I will tell you more about the composer after we sing this.
Page is 282 for
Shalom Ra. Let's see what this invokes. Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Yehuda. Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Yehuda. Ki atah little bit about this last one. Same influences?
Very bluesy.
Blues. And his collection, this is the only blues piece. I have all of his books. This is the only blues piece that he's written, but he has absolutely engaged it and embraced it. Aminadav Aloni. Anyone hear of Aminadav Aloni? Well, you've got to come from Los Angeles to know everything about Aminadav Aloni. A prominent personality in the Jewish musical life of Los Angeles, was especially revered in the synagogue world as a composer, arranger, pianist, and conductor. Born in Tel Aviv to Eastern European parents who had made Aliyah as pioneer settlers in Palestine, he showed pianistic gifts in childhood and later studied at the Haifa Institute of Music, concentrating in piano. In 1945, he came to the United States to further his musical education, initially at Los Angeles City College, where he expanded his studies to include music theory, composition, and conducting. With the goal of advancing as a pianist, he relocated to New York, where he attended the Juilliard School. Do you see all of these connections between each other? And New York University. After his return to Los Angeles, his musical perspectives broadened, and he began teaching piano, performing in jazz clubs, and using his talent for improvisation as an accompanist for two important dance companies, Bela Lewitsky and Gloria Dubin. I'm not going to do all the name dropping. As a composer, Aloni focused originally on the secular realm, beginning in 1964 with his original score for a CBS television show, Like a Golden Thread. Anyone? Life About Eastern European Shtetl. In 1966, cantor Samuel Fortis, a longtime cantorial figure in Los Angeles who had befriended Aloni, asked him to become his organ accompanist at Valley Beth Shalom Synagogue. Aloni's venture into liturgical music, which is what we call all of our synagogue music, which became his eventual passion and for which will likely be remembered. He composed a Sabbath Eve service with all Hasidic idioms, and I have that service. I'm a proud owner of that. In addition, featured, of course, he wrote cantorial pieces and choral pieces. He has written more than 100 works related to the Jewish experience. And in his synagogue compositions, Aloni brought together his gifts in the area of classical, popular, theatrical, sacred, and film music, as well as jazz in several forms, always with refined taste and attention to the liturgical texts, with which he was thoroughly familiar. Whatever influence he allowed to manifest himself in these liturgical endeavors, the music was ultimately at the service of communal prayer. And then there's some other information about what they said at his eulogy. So those are the two pieces by two prominent composers, very different for our Shabbat tent service, but pretty artsy stuff, right? You're not used to me doing artsy stuff, but I used to do artsy stuff all the time. So here we go. Thank you very, very much. And let's go to page 586 for Aleinu. And please rise. Aleinu Thank you. this evening, we are mentioning the names of Michelle Davis, whose family is observing Shiva, families of Sevi Rafiak, Bambi Brody, Howard Hilstein, Norma Perlman, Lorraine Pleskow, and Sarah Weinstein. They are observing Shiloshim. For your side this evening, Max Alderman, George Allenek, Joseph Barmack, Marty Bates, Louis George Baumler, Paul Burkow, Blanche Bernstein, Eva Kahn, Ina Mae Eisner, Arthur Feinberg, Elizabeth Felstein, Sam Ferris, Sophie Finkelstein, Morris Garfinkel, Martha Goldenberg, Philip Klein, Moses Levinson, Israel Lavau, Marvin Mednick, Jack Millman, Jacob Pleskow, Alan Rosner, Dr. Harold P. Rubin, Mary Schmidman, Paul Schneider, Alan A. Singer, Sanford Solander, Bernice Solotsky, Marvin Steinberg, Ray Weinberg, and Jillian M. Yud. Is there anyone who would like to mention the name of someone? Yes.
The name was left off, and Dark Side starts Wednesday night. Francis Chertoff. One of them.
Some communities say the name the Friday before, and some communities say the name the Friday after. The next time, check with Nancy if you want it said the week before or the week after the actual date of your site. They can move it around too. Yes.
My father's is next week, but we won't be here, so George Kerman.
Any others? Let's turn to page 598 for the Kaddish. Please rise if it is your custom. Yitkadal v'yitadash shemei Rabbah v'yalma v'yivra v'yiruteh v'yamlit malchuteh v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayeh v'chol beit Yisrael v'hagala v'zman karib v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah v'barach le'olam u'lamei amayim. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitfa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalam shmei d'kudshah v'yichu. Ve'elah mikol birchata v'shirata tushkechata v'nechamata da'imram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehi shmama Rabbah min shemayim. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'yimromah. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Please be seated. We have announcements. Bruce here? Yep. There you go.
Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. Thank you, of course, to Camper Frank, Paul Staley for a beautiful service tonight under the tent. Rabbi, Shabbat Shalom. I know you're watching on your vacation. We hope you're enjoying your vacation. Thank you to Sheila Bernard Tucker. Where's Sheila? There you are. For ushering this evening. As you are leaving, be sure to wave goodbye to Charlene Solano and Andy Schneider, who will be our farewell greeters. Thank you to Rich, where's Rich Legalvo, for setting up out here, and to Allison Weinberger for setting up our sound. Tomorrow morning we have one virtual offering, that is Torah study at 9 a.m. via Zoom. The website will have the link. The Saturday, the Shabbat morning service, is in person at Canterbury Woods. And they're requiring, Joanne, they require vaccination, do they not? Yes. So the in-person morning service will be at Canterbury Woods. That's at 11. And again, they do require vaccination. Next Friday, we will be back here under the tent, weather permitting. Is the rabbi on vacation again next week?
Yes.
Then
and
we'll be under the tent. It'll be good.
Rabbi Sarah Rich will be coming in to present. She's from Hillel.
Yes, of course. So if Rabbi Alex won't be here, the weather will be perfect. We will be under the tent. If it's not, of course, we'll be inside. We're not going to send out emails and notify any. If it's raining, we're inside. If it's nice, we're outside. And please note, we will be at 6 o'clock again through the month of August. That will be our service time through the month of August. We have a Shabbatas coming up on Tuesday. Where's Walter? You're going to be here, right? Okay. Thank you to everyone who supports it, who volunteers. It is such an important fundraiser for us. We will be this Tuesday from 4 to 7 or until sold out. And we do sell out. So, of course, if you get to the website and order ahead of time, you will save $1 and be guaranteed that you will get it. And, of course, it's drive-through only. We have a couple of saving money opportunities. Should I be saying that on Shabbat? I think so. The gift shop is having a clearance sale up to 75% off. They had it tonight from 4 to 6. It will be again next Friday from 4 to 6. Masks are required to go in there. Please try to keep it to one shopper at a time in the shop. Thank you to Jill Rafferty for organizing the sale. And speaking of saving money, the defensive driving class, the New York State defensive driving class, will be here at Temple 2 weeks from tomorrow, Saturday, August 21st. I will be teaching that. You can save about $100 a year on your car insurance for 3 years. $30 for Temple members, $35 for non. And it's officially a 6-hour class, but it never lasts that long. If you want to find out more about it, talk to me after services. We can take up to 40 people, and I want to say we have about 17 or 18 signed up already, and a lot come in late. So if you're interested, let me know. Thank you to everyone who either supported or attended the summer celebration at Transit Valley Country Club Monday. It was a big success. Thank you to Tom Lansing for co-chairing the event with Ken Polk from Temple Beth Zion. Joanne, did you win anything at the raffle? I heard Todd won a bunch of restaurant gift cards. So Todd will be taking us all out to dinner. Pay attention for that. I'm wearing a plain colored shirt tonight. Andy's not wearing, not quite a Hawaiian shirt. Mark, kind of Hawaiianish. We're really tame tonight. This is a really tame group. But it will not be on Friday, August 27th. We will be having Hawaiian shirt Shabbat on that night. Pull out the most garish one you have, as tacky as can be. Wear it that night. The service will be at 6 o'clock, and it will be followed by a barbecue. We're going to do a barbecue this summer. Here's the deal, though. We're going to provide the hamburgers, hot dogs, veggie burgers, and beverages, and ice cream novelties. You provide your own sides. All we're providing is the main course.
Kind of like picnic style.
Kind of like
right?
picnic style.
Everybody
You
their
bring your own
thing.
sides. We'll cook up the burgers and the dogs. Weather permitting, of course. You need to RSVP. We need a head count. And by the way, some of you are not familiar with our policy under the tent, which is we also need an RSVP for services under the tent so we can set up enough chairs, have enough leaflets. Joanne can have enough ice cream at the end of it. So if you are coming on any Friday night under the tent, please let Joanne know. And then again for Friday, August 27th, we really, really, really need an accurate head count because we need to know how many hot dogs, hamburgers, and stuff to order. So please let Joanne know. And again, look for the tackiest shirt you have in your closet. If you need to borrow one, let me know. I have a closet full of them. If you need anything at all, please feel free to reach out to the rabbi, but not this week. The cantor, Joanne, anytime, day or night. Todd, anytime, day or night. Or me during regular business hours. We are all here for you.
We're going to have to put Allison on that.
And Allison as well, absolutely. Shabbat Shalom, we have ice cream.
How about you, Paul? You want to be on that list?
He does not want to be on that list. We have ice cream treats, and we have the fruit bars. We have fruit. Joanne likes to say we have gluten-free, dairy-free. They're fruit bars. We have fruit bars. They taste good. They do not taste like library paste. We have ice cream treats and fruit bars on the way out. Please enjoy them, and Shabbat Shalom.
Who wants to come up and do Mostly? After our final hymn, anybody want to run up? Well, you'll have time to think about it. Adon Olam on page what is it, 6:25? I'm so, this is Irv Sugar's favorite one. He's not here tonight, but this is his absolute favorite old school one. Here we go.
Yeah.
For that. Yeah, da, 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 da. Oh, well, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, da, 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 da. Something like that. I want someone else to do the Motzi. I've had too many honors tonight. Someone run up. Oh, a group effort. Great. Thank you. The Supremes. Supreme with the Motzi. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
He's not myself. No, he's very nice though. He's very good to me. Oh, your nephew. Hi. So nice to meet you. So you live in town.